both sharp women, but you see somebody in a skirt or a dress and somebody in a pantsuit. What are your thoughts on that?
I think they're a little more approachable too. Like I think
so.
a little more, approachable, relatable relationship. You know what I mean? Like
I think so. I think the business suit, the pantsuit, they kind of go with the corporate, little bit different style. But Mary Kay always wanted you to wear dresses and skirts because it just made you more feminine and it's more professional. And you will stand out in a crowd. Don't you see that? I mean, every time somebody's in a dress or skirt, you take a second look. And it doesn't have to be a formal dress.
It's you're proud to be a woman.
Exactly.
You're not an imitation of a man. You're
Yeah,
proud to yourself.
That's a good point, because for years, that's why women did go in, they were wearing suits,
Right.
because they were trying to keep up with men,
The
and they
men,
were trying to be,
right.
Paid like men, so they wanted to.
Exactly, that's very true. That was very true.
So-
And we have come to show the world in Mary Kay that we don't need to dress like a man, or not that pants are a man, but you know what I mean. We don't need to compete with that. We have our own forum here, don't we? In Mary Kay, we're doing very well at that. So, anything else you can think of that would indicate attracting people to you? That's kind of your image, your attitude.
Smiles.
Yes.
Smile. Oh my gosh. How many of you feel like when you started Mary Kay, you had a little trouble with that? Did you ever admit that to yourself? Am I the only one? Seriously? Oh, okay, good. I was, and I smile all the time now, but when I started Mary Kay, I was a very inward person. I'm an introvert. I would walk around with my head down a little bit, no smile. I very rarely looked at people in the eyes, and I was a friendly person if you knew me, but if I was out and about, you wouldn't get that impression at all. And so I remember having to start very slowly, like when they talk about warm chat or, getting names for people, did you just like cringe or like, I'm not doing that? Well, that was me. I mean, literally shaking in my boots, like that would not be me. So I remember my director at the time said, just start by smiling at people. That's when I realized I don't do that. I wasn't doing that. I'd go to Target and I'd be on my mission, eyes down, get my things, check out the door. And I realized I need to look up and see people. Are you doing that with your business? Are you looking up and looking at people? Strangers, just look at them. You'd be amazed at how many people are waiting for somebody to kind of smile at them or kind of make eye contact with them. So start with that, you guys. If that's the bravest you can get right now, just start with your head up, looking at people to see what you're seeing in the world. Because I wasn't. I'm honest with that, I wasn't. Then I got to the next step where I could start maybe saying hi. Hi, and walk by, hi. That's it. But at least you're starting to grow a little bit and people are starting to respond to you. And then when you want to start really working on finding those people out in the world that are going to become part of your journey, you're going to be able to do that. And I'll tell you a really quick story before we close up my part here, but when I first wanted to warm chat because, we called it warm chatter back in Minnesota, I don't know what you guys call it, warm chat, but I wanted to start doing that because I needed new leads, and I was a stay-at-home daycare mommy, so I'm not seeing very many people in my home, right, except the kids and parents, and that was it. I kind of exhausted so I needed to find people out and about, and so my first time that I was going to go get the name of the waitress, and I had tried before, but it never worked. I just chickened out. I was too scared, I'm going to do it, and I can do it. I should have done it, But the first time we were in a restaurant with my family, my kids were probably kind of preteens, teenagers, and I said to the family, you need to go to the door when we're done. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this today. Go to the door. I don't want you watching me. Wait by the door, because our server was really cute. And so I got out my guts, had my little card, and I had my thing she's going to fill out, and of course, can't find her. Where's she go? And I'm in this big restaurant bar type area. Where'd she go? They're all at the door waiting, and finally I thought I gotta go find her. So I got up and I started to walk around, and she's up at the bar getting drinks for another table. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Tapped her on the shoulder, excuse me, and I'm just like a little mousy thing thinking, I need to get your name just so I can say I did it. I don't care what happens, I just need to do this. So I did. I asked her, I said, I was Mary Kay, and I was wondering if you'd be, give me your name so I don't even know what I said. Who knows? I was not very pretty. But what she said to me? Something like, my mom's a Mary Kay beauty consultant or something. So the first time I got the guts, she already was connected with another you. But you know what? It didn't matter because I did it. And it's all about what you did and how it made you feel at that point, because that's how you grow. And so from that on, now I can talk to anybody now, anytime, with my card. And I'm always feeling like I'm pretty presentable. I usually put my makeup on right away in the morning. So that's my little story. But I want to encourage you guys to really start to work on attracting people to you. because you do have that in your control. So you're gonna really start to think, what am I telling myself? What am I giving off when I walk around? What do I look like? Is my hair done? Is my makeup on today? Do I feel, you don't have to be dressed up, but do I feel like better than, jeans and a sweatshirt? Maybe it's cute boots, maybe it's a cute shirt with your jeans, something like that. Your attitude, and then your courage will start to come as you see that. And I remember I was a daycare mommy, so I in jeans and sweatshirts all the time. When I first started working my business, I was doing a sharing appointment in a restaurant. I had my dress on and my shoes, and I was all dolled up. And I remember a few weeks later, somebody had messaged me and said, "I saw you in the restaurant." I thought, wow, what's going on in her life? So they had noticed because they weren't used to seeing me that way. So you want people to notice. That's what's going to get them attracted to you. So, is there any questions on image? I know we covered that really quick, but I think life is simple, you guys. I think it's just get this kind of figured out, and the rest is going to come. Is there any questions about image, attitude? We're going to go into a little bit more of that later. Do you all feel like you can do that? Okay. So in front of you is a paper that says I am. And this is throughout the whole morning. We're going to be finished here at 12:30. We're going to cram a lot in. So you don't have to take time to do it right now. I just want you to be aware of it, that it's there. So now what you will do throughout the day is you're going to find words that are going to make you feel confident, okay? Instead of saying, I'm tired, I am crabby, I am old, whatever you're saying. What are a couple words you can think of that would make you feel powerful and bold? I am strong. I'm awake. I am ready. Right? I am confident. You guys think of those, and throughout there's some markers on the table. You guys can just write some words on those as they come to mind when you're hearing some of the training today. Okay?
One more.
All right. Yes, we do have a couple more up here.
Yep, we do.
There we go. Katie,
She's gonna record, because we got some sickies at home, so we're gonna.
oh, nice, nice. Okay, so now I have the pleasure, you guys, we're going to cram a lot into this little morning. Pleasure of introducing Nikki, my right-hand person here this morning. Love working with her. I remember when I first met her, I was at a career conference in Minneapolis a few years back, right before we moved. It was probably about 4 years ago. And I went right up to her, pulled her on the shoulder. Nikki, I'm coming to Custer. She's, of course, a big shot, and I just want you to know I'm going to be there. And then it just unfolded, you guys. It came, and we just met up and have just started working together. And I just feel like you are just such an easy person to be around, Nikki. And I know that you grew up with a mama that was that way too. But you make life so easy for us, and you make people feel so good about being in your space. And so I have really enjoyed working with her. And I tell you, we are completely opposite in personality styles, but I have to tell you, we are just alike in our vision and the way we think. So I thought of that this morning. I thought that we complement each other really well, I think. So Senior Sales Director Nikki McDowell, you guys get ready with your pens. I know she's going to do some amazing stuff.
Yes,
so,
that's
okay.
great. So thank you,
Go for it.
Cindy. Woo! I'm so excited. Who's excited to be here this morning? So I have the privilege, and as you guys are seeing the I am, something that I heard Ari Hathaway say. I've been at a lot of great events lately, and she said, when you say I am, it will find you. Think about that. When you say I am, it will find you. So the I am statements are more powerful than saying anything else. And so what I'm going to cover today is what's most important. And like Cindy and I were talking about on the phone the other day, I said, honestly, if this is all you get is what I'm sharing and you check out, we're not saying check out, but if you check out the rest of this January Jumpstart, it would be worth it. So who knows who Barbara Senden is? National Sales Director, she's now an emeritus. But she was the number one, she may still hold the record as far as the number one highest paid national sales director in all of America. And so her passion is really working in small groups. She's not a big group, so if you're not a big group kind of person, know that it's okay. Barbara doesn't love big groups, she loves small groups. There's 20 of us together for an NSD Now event. And I had my pen and paper ready, and I was so excited to hear her share, how can we build leaders, right? It's NSD Now event. But she didn't talk to us about how to build leaders. She didn't mention anything, really. She shared some numbers, which I will share with you, because I think they're really gonna, it's good. It's good to hear the numbers, so you know, like, oh my gosh, I'm really on the right track. I'm not as stuck as I thought I was. I'm on the right track. But what she talked about and what she spent the majority of her time on was on vision. Number one, vision. And what is a vision? What's a vision?
See in the future.
It's exactly right.
Creating your future for yourself.
Yes, it's more important than the facts. I want you to write that down. Something that she shared is there's a difference between facts and truth. Okay? So facts is what you're seeing in reality, okay? Like you might be thinking, I've got no bookings, okay? That's the truth, right? Anybody can relate? Maybe you don't have any bookings on your date book, okay? That might be, what else might be a fact? That might be, maybe, don't label it good or bad. She says never label things good or bad. It is what it is, okay? But that's a fact. So name out some, let's have some participation.
New mom.
What'd you say?
New mom.
The fact is you're a new mom. Yeah, yes, absolutely, that's a fact. A lot of stuff comes along with that, right, Angel? Yeah. What else might be a fact in your, and even in your, let's talk about your business.
A majority of my appointments keep postponed.
Yes, that's
There
a
you
perfect
go, yeah.
example, Leanne. Okay, we've got some postponements. We're feeling a little discouraged, right? That's a fact. Or maybe I'm a new consultant, I don't even know what to do. That's a fact, okay? So what do you think the truth is? We're talking about something. What do you think the truth is? Facts, what you see on paper. Truth is, what did I say Barbara talked to us about? Vision. The truth is your vision. And she said, we want to live in the facts. In our general being, it points to the facts because we look at what's on the surface right now, right? But the vision, I want to give a perfect example of being in labor. Okay? You're in labor. What's the fact? It hurts, right?
Yes.
It hurts, but there's one thing that keeps you pushing. What is it?
Baby.
It's the vision. It's the result. It's what you're manifesting through that, right? It's the vision. And so I want you, this is the biggest thing that I've really, and I've thought of this over and over again, truth and vision. And so how do we stay in the vision and not in the truth, right? Or I mean, stay in the truth, not in the facts. So that's what I want to talk about. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to close your eyes. We all have a goal, right? For our Mary Kay business. So name out, can somebody tell me what's their goal?
Make
I want
a
to
car.
be director.
Director, car, director,
Red jacket.
red jacket. What else? Director, director. How about red jacket? Who wants to be red jacket? Who wants to be a star consultant? Doesn't matter what it is, you guys. It's your own, this is your own goals, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine, okay? We're now at seminar. And I want you to imagine you're there. You've reached your goal. If your goal is sales director, you're on that stage and you're proudly saying that Mary Kay sales director oath. I want you to look out in the crowd. I want you to hear. What are you smelling? What are you seeing? Maybe you're picking up your first car. You're going to drive yourself to the dealership, right? Who's waiting there at your car pickup party? Your kids look at you and say, Mom, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you. Maybe you're picking up your red jacket. I want you to feel the red jacket. How does it feel on over your dress, right? What do you look like in that? How proud are you? How are you standing, right? How are you talking? I want you just to take a moment and just soak it all in. Remember, it's already happened. It's already happened. Can you feel it? Can you see it? Who's alongside of you? Who's with you? Who'd you make proud? Now I want you to open up your eyes. How'd that feel? How'd that feel? Doesn't that feel good? Okay, that's what Barbara was talking about. But here's the kicker, and I've been doing this, and I'm going to give you an example. I was talking to Cindy about this. She said there is so much more power in writing out your vision even than just imagining it in your mind. Why is that? How many of you write out your goals and your affirmations? How is that different than just seeing it in your mind?
You can keep seeing it because it's right in front of you. It's a fact.
What'd you say?
It's a fact.
Yes.
It's in front of you.
It's in front of you, okay? So I want you guys to write in she said 2 or 3 sentences. This is not an hour-long exercise. Okay, so I'm gonna give you, because obviously my goal is national, so this is just, every day it's different, but I'll give you a few. This was what I'm so happy and grateful. She said that's the best way to start any affirmation is I am so happy and grateful now that I. So here's mine. I am so happy and grateful now that I'm standing on stage with my mom and family and 30 offspring sales directors. My kids and mom are so proud of me. I love the lifestyle I'm creating for my children. I am grateful for the influence I have on future generations. I love being a national sales director. Yes! That is it, you guys. I write it out. And then yesterday, if I can find mine yesterday, it's totally different. It doesn't have to be the same writing every day, but it's what you're feeling right there, right now. But she said the most important thing is that you write it like a future letter to yourself. So not that you are working towards it, it's already happened, okay? So I'm gonna give you guys, let's be quiet, and I'm just gonna give you guys a couple minutes to really write this out, okay? So please write it out. And if you could start out with, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm so happy and grateful now that I am standing on stage as a brand new independent, whatever it is. Okay, you guys write that, and if you want to continue to write it, go ahead. But I want to tell you something that Barbara has shared, which I think is so powerful. She said, you asked me why or how did I get to where I am today? And she said, it wasn't my hard work. We want to say you work harder. She said, what it was is my mindset. She said, it's been, you don't just wake up. It's a learning process, but I have learned to live always in my vision. And when you have the vision, guess what she said? The doing comes. Think about that. When you have the vision, the doing comes. She said affirmations to go along with your vision aren't just cute, they're vital. They're vital. And so she gave us some that she says every day in every way I'm getting better. And then my next recruit is right here, right now. Right? Not tomorrow, right here, right now. I know that they're here. She said you've got to be in the frame of mind that you are going to meet your next recruit, your next customer, right here, right now. And I want to give you just a fun example. So I've really been putting in to action. Of course, I've learned this, of course, growing up. And I remember earning my first car. I remember becoming a director. And I remember living in my vision. And I want to give you just the example. So we got back from leadership. And Mike and the kids had planned this night out with the family. We were just going to go out to a hotel and just stay and go eat. In Deadwood, we love to go eat at Mavericks. It's our favorite place to get ribs. And so Mike had this plan, and I said, okay. I said, this will be great. We'll go and have a great time. So we went to our favorite, and then we took the kids swimming, and we just had such a good time. And I said to Mike, I know that my next team member, maybe even my next director, is in here somewhere. And he looked at me, okay, and he's like, yeah. And I said, So, hold on, I said, take the kid, because he was gonna get the kid, I said, you get the kids ready for bed, and I said, and I'm not coming up until I meet her. Okay? Not coming up until I meet her. I said, I've got 10 business cards in my purse, every single one of them are gonna go out. Okay, this was a mindset, right? So because I told myself that, what happened? So I was like, it was like the law of attraction working at its finest. So I was connecting with people. I had my business cards, and I was just approaching people. I would smile at people, and when they would smile back, I said, oh my gosh, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm staying here tonight. And I said, I am with Mary Kay. Are you familiar with Mary Kay? And a bunch of them said no, a couple said yeah, whatever. And I said, would you love a free sample? Okay, I was excited, right? Would you love a free sample? They said yes. So I got chatting with them. I didn't just give them a free sample. So I was like, oh my gosh. Because one of them was the front desk lady at the Spring Hill. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, so what time, I just started chatting with her. I said, so how late do you have to work? I said, so is this all you do? Do you go to school? What do you love? I asked her, what do you love? I'm going to tell you this. In 10 minutes of talking to her, I know about her family. I know some of her fears. I knew what she loved. And we had such a connection that she actually, then yesterday, texted me and said, I loved meeting you. Mm-hmm. She goes, when can we get together? Are you willing to drive here? She lives in Deadwood. I said, absolutely I am. But I talked to her and I said, so I asked her what her dreams were. Because again, I was bringing out that, I was feeling it. And she told me, honestly, she goes, I had them. And I think I've lost them. She says, I work at Terry Peak. I also work here. I'm also an auditor here. And she says, I moved here from Oregon because I wanted to be with my friends and family, and they've all left. And I kind of have lost a sense of purpose. But she said, I think I maybe want to be a massage therapist. And I said, that's awesome. And so we got changed. She goes, so we had such a connection. But I'm just telling you the story. It's nothing powerful about me, but it's because that's what I was believing. And I know that she's going to be my next beauty consultant. Because I told her a little bit about Mary Kay, and I said, first I want you to try the products, but we'll get together this week. And we've already connected. We've already got our booking. And so what are you telling me? And you have to be in that frame of mind. So I'm going to give you examples. So Barbara shared about being at an event. And she said, somebody knocked on the door, and she's like, well, everybody's here. And she goes, oh, it must be somebody who wants to join my team. And so the gal walked in, looked around, and goes, I am at the wrong house. And Barbara said, come in. You are meant to be here. Get this. So she sat down, and Barbara just knew in her heart of hearts, because it was all that, what she was bringing out there. She said, I knew. And so we treated her as if she was already a part of this company. And before she left the house, she became, and I believe she ended up becoming a Mary Kay sales director, you guys. Talk about the power of what you're expecting. So I'm telling you that because if you've got that vision and you're telling yourself those affirmations to go along with it, then the rest will come, right? I think sometimes we want to know all the perfect ways to do things. But she said, reality, I'm going to tell you the power of thoughts. And I shared a couple of these stories. I'm going to share 2 stories from Barbara that I think are going to have a lasting impression on your mindset. And I shared one from the $1 Million Message. She had earned her first pink Cadillac. And she was so excited. She was on her way to national sales director. When she was her first month as a director, she did $0 in production. Her team did 0. Okay? But she said that was the facts, right? Or that was the facts. But the truth was, I believed that I was going to be the #1 national sales director in all of Mary Kay. I didn't care what the facts said. I knew that that's what I was going to be, right? And so she said, didn't matter. She says, I just kept living in my vision, and each month I got better and better and better. Then she had earned her first pink Cadillac and was just on a roll. She said, things were just coming to me. She says, I believe every day is going to be a day of miracles. How many of you say that? Today is going to be a day of miracles. You live in the miracle zone. She says, if you believe that, miracles, she says, miracles will come chase you down.
Yes.
And I'm talking in every area of your life, in your health, in your marriage, in your relationship, whatever it is, it's living in the miracle zone. She says, I've always lived in that. And one thing and I think this is important to say, someone said, well, I don't want to I feel like when I'm declaring, all these positive things that I'm like taking place of God's job. And I love what Barbara said. She goes, doesn't God want us to expect that He can do the impossible?
Of course.
Right?
Yes.
And that's what you're doing when you're putting out that level of, and that He's going to bless your efforts. But if you're walking out there and you're like, hey, yeah, I'm not handing out business cards today. Have a great day. Like, you're already excited about that. You know what I mean? And so, and you have to be me, but you got to be excited. And when you have that vision, then you're excited about things that are happening. So she went and picked up a first pink Cadillac. And a guy said to her, she says, I don't care who he was, but it was the power of his words, said, Barbara, congratulations. Now all you have to do is keep it. Because you have to maintain your production rights to become and she said that thought had never occurred to me. So 6 months later, I turned in, maybe it was a year, I turned in my keys and I went down a level in a car. Because of what that man planted, that was the power of words and power of your thoughts. Because she said, then I was in lack. Everything was lack. Oh my gosh, I gotta keep it, I gotta keep it. What are you attracting more of when you're saying that? More lack of, right? She also said, she says, I'm just being real and honest with you guys. She said, I'm making $600,000 a year in retirement. Could you put that in? $600,000 a year? Now she has always been money motivated, and she's the first to tell you that. All her affirmations, she's always been money motivated. She wanted to be the #1 highest paid national All-American King. That's what she wanted. Well, she of course lives. She says, I live an amazing life, and I have an amazing lifestyle because a lot of it is how I believe my life is going to turn out, right? But her son, who happens to be in finance, so she felt like he had power. He knows numbers, right? Her son said to her in the car about 2 months ago, he said, Mom, you've only got 7 years left. You really need to watch your spending. But she said, the seed, it grew.
Oh.
I had never thought of that, but because he put that in my mind, what happened? She said, I have never stayed at a Holiday Inn. And I stayed at a Holiday Inn, and then I booked the wrong day, and I had to spend 2 nights at the Holiday Inn. Then I cut back on Christmas gifts. You guys, listen to this. The one thought, which was that a true thought? Like, should she even been having? She's like, I am so good with my money. Like, I have my money in the right spots. Like, I am good. But that thought, because he was good with money, I listened.
Yeah.
And we have a choice when people tell us, and you either listen or you don't. Then she said, I was saying things like, I'm on a fixed budget right now. Ladies!
She doesn't know what a fixed
She doesn't know what a fixed budget
remember anymore.
But she said, I called him a month ago and I said, this is your mom, and I have snapped out of it. Like, what the heck was I doing? But I mean, I thought that was so vulnerable for her to share. She was like, that is the power of our thoughts. And so what are you feeding your mind with is so powerful, and that's why she challenged us. I want to give you this. To wake up every single day and first, somebody asked her, Barbara, how do you stay so mentally strong?
Right.
That was a Leah Carta. Brilliant question. How do you stay so mentally strong? She said, #1, I live in gratitude. So I write down, I've been doing this. Every day I wake up and I write down 10 things I'm grateful for, and I try not to have the same 10 every day. And I've actually been doing this exercise with my kids, you guys, and it's been really powerful. So wake up and then 10 things that you're grateful for, then write out your vision right after that. Write out your vision. And I love what she shared. Someone said, what do you do when you feel stuck? And I kind of feel like there might be some people who feel like that. She says, #1, it is what it is. You don't label it good or bad. #2, you harvest the good and you move on. Talk about that. How many of you have truly done that? Okay, what good has come out of this? This isn't a good experience. It's not a bad experience. It's just an experience. How many of us label them good or bad? There's power in just saying, this is the experience. This is what happened. Harvest the good and move on. She also said, I think this is so good. This is a little bit past the vision stuff. But she said, when you know in your heart of hearts that you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, like it's not getting you closer to your goal, she said, a real champion stops it now. Otherwise, what happens is you do it and you know you shouldn't be doing it, but she said, so you say to yourself, I'm done. I'm done. Like, I'm done. I am done. So, a couple things that she shared, which I loved, is put yourself in the miracle zone and people will come up out of the woodworks. She says every day she tells herself, I am expecting miracles. And I love this. Some of you may, if you're money motivated, you may love this. She says every day, I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me. Write this down. I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Sure, I'll read it one more time. I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. And I want you to write this down because this is a humbling thought, but there's so much truth to this. She said, your results right now are based on your level of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Your results right now are based on your level of thinking. Keep doubting, and you will get more of it. So I want to give you guys a fun little exercise that I've really been doing that I want you to do with your neighbor. So let's just your neighbor. So you two. I want you to say one limiting belief that I want, but then I want you to end it by saying up until now. Up until now. So I'm going to give you an example. I got up, I know I shared this example in a message, but I got up at 3, I had to get up at 3 a.m. for my half marathon, which was 1 a.m. this time. And granted, I went to bed an hour and a half before that, okay? So, because I got chatting with my roommate, and so I woke up and I said to Sarah, Sarah, hold on, she said, so early, I am not a morning person. Then I said, wait a minute, up until now. Up until now, she said, up until now, always add that, repeat the phrase, up until now, up until now, up until now. Because what does that do to your mind when you do that?
Makes it open.
Makes it open. It's like, this does not have to be a continuous thing. Because when we say limiting beliefs, it's almost like labeling that who we are.
Right. It stops it right there.
It stops it up until now. So maybe you're saying, I'm too busy to put in my, to make time for Mary Kate business up until now. Okay, so I want you to be honest with your neighbor and say one limiting belief that you're telling yourself. And then you're going to say up until now. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, go. Cindy, how much time do I have? 5 more minutes or something?
I'm overwhelmed about
Is it working? Trying to figure out ways to holding your arms going to get tired. I am. Yeah. Okay. Are you? That's what I was wondering. That's what I was having you record.
Yes. Up until now.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah. Love us some more Nikki. Okay, so let's record it. This is great.
Right
Okay, we're gonna come back. How did that feel? How'd that feel, you guys? So do that, and every time that you find yourself saying that limiting belief, I want you to say up until now. Another thing is that she challenged us is positive what-if statements. And I've been really what-if. I've been really utilizing this in my daily practices. So, for example, what are some negative what-ifs? What if I don't make it? What if this is hard, right? What if this takes forever? What if I never reach my goal? What if nobody wants to book with me? What if nobody holds a party? What if nobody shows up? What if everybody cancels? Okay? Those are all what-if statements, right? But positive what-ifs are what-ifs that move your mind into possibility. So what it does, she said, study the mind. In fact, reticular activator was a big word that she talked a lot about. She said, study that, and you will realize the power of your thoughts because it's in the back of your head, and basically it reasons with whatever you're telling it. Okay, so she says just little, but it takes power over everything and every action that we have, right? So, so what if today was easy? What if becoming a sales instructor was easy? What if everybody that I talk to today decides to book a party with me? What if today's the day that changes everything? What if today is the day that miracles are happening to my left and to my right? What if this next phone call changes everything? What if this party produces 3 to 4 new team members. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? How does that make you feel when you tell yourself those things? Does that make you feel good? Does it make you dream?
I feel like it's as different as day and night, like, it's just that different, the feeling.
The
between-
feeling is so, what if your conscience looks at possibility, not what's familiar? It gives you the possibility to dream. So you guys, if this is all you get from this training, this isn't just like fun stuff. This is like life-changing stuff. I've already seen it since I've gotten back from leadership and really taken in these qualities. What if, and maybe you get to a party and there's one person there and you're expecting there to be 5, okay? What if you said, what if this one person needs just me right now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What if this is what she needs right today? You know what I mean? Because you could go the other way with it, but it's all your mentality, the what if. So, a couple fun examples. She said, you know, when she goes shopping, she'll say to herself, if she can't find something, like let's say she's gonna go find a, look, gosh, she's gotta get a purse for a trip or whatever. She goes there and she can't find it, she'll say, oh, I know it's in here, I just haven't connected with it yet. I know it's in here, I just haven't connected with it yet. Okay?
Love it.
I said that with my keys this morning. I know they're in here, I just haven't connected with them yet, okay? So it really is, but that, I love that. And then, I feel like I got another story I was gonna talk about. But she really challenged us to really be conscious of, is what I'm saying, is it getting me closer? Is what I'm telling myself, is it getting me closer to what I want in my life? And so she said when she showed her house, she told her realtor, I'm only showing it to the buyer. And so they're really, okay. And so she said, I got a gal who wants to come check out your house. Of course, I'm sure, you know, I can imagine her home. And she goes, well, what I want you to do is I want you to drive up and show her, and just drive around my house and just make sure that she loves the hill, because not everybody loves the hill, and just see what she thinks of it, and then we'll go from there. So the realtor cousin, she loves it. She loves the hill. She goes, okay, so she's the buyer? And she goes, no. She goes, okay, well, I'm only showing it to the buyer. So she said she walked in and she treated her like she was buying this house. She was saying things like, here's your kitchen. Right? Matt, you know what I mean? But think about, so what happened? She bought the house. She bought the house. That's the power, ladies. So not just, and so she said her biggest challenge is, how are you showing up? How are you showing up? Are you showing up like a new sales? If you want to be a sales director, how are you showing up? If you want to be a red jacket, how are you showing up? If you want to be a secretary, what does that mean? It doesn't just mean what you're wearing, but it means, how are you showing up right here? Because if you are walking in to places, like let's say, and she did say, and she was very clear with us, that she said, I asked her, if Mary Kay were alive, what would she tell us right now? And I want you guys to remember this. She said, low tech, high touch. What's going on with this company? People are resorting to technology, which is killing the trajectory of our company. You need to be face-to-face, toe-to-toe. You cannot connect with people. Even a Zoom, Facebook, it's getting together face-to-face. And so she really challenged us. She said, get out of your house. You're not going to be able to use these things through texting people your same script to try to book parties, right? You're going to connect with people because you're going to be out in front of people. So she said her challenge also to create, when she gave us her tips, her number 1 was to say what you're grateful for. Number 2 was to write, I almost have these memorized. Number 2 was to write out your vision. And then she said number 3 is you get dressed for success. Because there's something about getting dressed for success. You talk to people differently when you're out and about, right? Get dressed for success. Number 4 is writing out and saying your affirmations. And I love this. She said, I never let myself go to bed on a low. That's how I can keep my mindset good. She says, don't go to bed on a low. Reward yourself and go to bed always in a joyful state. I love those tips. Those are daily practices. So, that's what what I got. So remember, live in your vision and the doing will come. So I hope you were blessed by that this morning.
Awesome, I'm sure we all were.
To become a national sales director, and I went to this NSD Now event, and I did not. Like nothing was. I was like, she's like, you have no emotion as you're sharing this stuff, and so I found my new why. And it took 20 layers for me to find it, but most will find it in 7. Okay. So here I'm going to give you. I actually have an example. So here you're going to put your. So you're going to say discover your life purpose. So you're going to say what your goal is. Why is earning your red jacket important, okay? And you're gonna write that down. And you're gonna go through and you're gonna keep saying it. So I have a really good example just to kind of find out why you gotta get deeper to know. So I read this last night and I thought this was really powerful. Okay, so this is, why is it important to you about becoming a successful, this is a real estate person, to become she said to make more money. Why is it important for you to make more money? Well, I wanna get out of debt. Why is it important that you get out of debt? Well, I want to stop working so hard for somebody else. Why is it important for you to stop working for somebody else so that you can have your own life? Because I want to do things in my life with the fruits of my labor. Well, why is it important for you to do things in your life with the fruits of your labor? To take care of my mother who is widowed and needs help. Why is it important to you to take care of your mother who is widowed and needs help? Because she sacrificed everything to send me to college, and I want to make sure she is taken care of in her golden years. So why is it important that you take care of your mother? Because I want to be in control of my life so I can help those around me who can't help themselves know they are precious, worthy, and loved. It started with I want to make more money. Was that going to get her out of bed and get her working? No. And mine was, I want everybody to have my life. I love my life. Okay, I took that down. But you know what I found my real why was when I did this exercise? My why is because I want to be my mom. My mother has always been my why. And she's 68 years old. And I said, my mom, I want you to be healthy and strong. I want you to stand on that stage because I would not be here and not have the life I have. I would not have the vision of becoming a national if it wasn't for you. So I want my mom to be there. I want her to be healthy. She goes, Nikki, you can't wheel me up in a wheelchair. Please don't wheel me up in a wheelchair. But that moves me into a get it done.
Yeah.
Like, so not only does it give me, but I thought it was something totally different, you guys, and that's why I wasn't moving quickly in the direction of where I want to go because my why wasn't clear. I thought it was. So this is such an important exercise. So I want you guys, this is important, but leave the room with you don't have to stay here because there's going to be a lot of chatter and I think it could be.
You're going to be with a partner.
You're going to be with a partner and you each are going to do this exercise, okay? So we're going to give you a few minutes to do this because nothing else that we share is going to matter if this is it.
Strong enough.
And so you watch for, here's what you watch for. You watch for emotion. And I loved when Jen had your why, maybe now it's time to find a new why, Jen. But Jen had a why. Stand up, Jen. Because Jen's best friend had cancer. And Jen was determined that she was going to use her Mary Kay business to be able to fly her friend out so they could have experiences and that they could have time together. And she knew that would only happen with her Mary Kay business. And so every day she held herself accountable and told her friend, I'm flying you out, right? And what did you do?
My friend just left on Monday.
Her friend just left on Monday. Tuesday.
Wonderful.
Yeah. But when Jen talked about it, her emotion, like you could feel that emotion, and that's why I knew she was going to do it. I knew she was going to do it. So it's okay if you think it's the first level and it's deeper, but this is such a powerful exercise, you guys. So we're gonna do this. So I'm gonna give this, and you're gonna work with your partner, so you two can be together. Do we have enough people to have a partner?
Yes, we do.
And Katie, I want Katie to do
go.
this too. And Katie, you can go ahead and turn it off while we do this because they can.